Assalamu alaikum and a very pleasant morning, girls. Today we are going to see figure of speech. Okay, yesterday we have seen that is what is a figure of speech, like that. Now we are going to see that is in your syllabus only 3 figure of speech is given, that is simile, metaphor and irony. Okay, these things we are going to see now. Is that clear? Okay, then we'll see what is simile. Simile, a comparing two unlike things using like or as. Here simile, we are comparing two things by using like or as. As. Okay, for example, we bear her along like a pearl on a string. Here we bear her along like a pearl, that is comparison between pearl and her. Okay, on a string. Is that clear? There is explanation. The bride and the pearl are unlike things. When you compare the softness of carrying the bride to the softly carried pearl, you are using a simile here. Is that clear, ma? Can you get me? Okay, then similes. That is, a simile is a figure of speech that indirectly compares two different things, not like a same thing. Here we are comparing two different things by employing the words like, as or than. Okay, here it is a simile is a figure of speech, you know well. Here what a simile is, indirectly we are comparing two things, that is two different things. Okay, by employing the words like, as. Okay, is it clear, ma? Okay, what is simile? Simile is a figure of speech. Simile is a figure of speech which compares two different things using the words like or as. Okay, that says that one thing is like another different thing. We can use similes to make descriptions more emphatic or vivid. Okay, that is clear. Is that clear, ma? Okay. Here an example is given, a figure of speech which involves a direct comparison between two unlike things, usually with the words like or as. This is the examples of similes here. The muscles on his brawny arms are strong as iron bands. Okay, here we are comparing human being muscles with iron bands. Okay, it looks like. Is that clear? Okay, that is two different things we are comparing here. We are using simile as. Is it clear, ma? Can you get my points, girls? Okay, then here a comparison between two unlike things without using the words like, as or than, when one thing is the other thing. Okay, is that clear? Her home was a prison. That is here two different things. His hair is a straw. George is a sheep. Here this is the sentences you have to use simile here. Is it clear? Okay, this is your homework part, ma. You have to write this in your notebook and submit to me. Okay, I'll check and give you. Is that clear? Then what do you think is a simile is? Now I told you, no, what is simile? Tell me, what is simile? A simile is a comparison between two things using the words like or as it. Okay. For example, her mind is like a sponge, absorbing all of the details. That is, mind and a sponge is two different things. We are using simile here, like. Okay, we are comparing two different things, mind and sponge, by using simile here. Okay, that is called simile. That is a figure of speech, that is simile. Is that clear, ma? Now you understood well? Okay, then we'll see metaphor. Metaphor. What is metaphor? Have you come across this figure of speech? Okay, I'll tell you. A figure of speech in which a word or phrase that ordinarily designates one thing is used to designate another, thus making an impact comparison. For example, the snow is a white blanket. Here, we are not comparing, we are just directly telling that we are designating. Like, for example, here, we can say John is like a tiger is different from John is tiger. Okay, is that clear? Can you get me? Here, John is like a tiger. In this sentence, we are using simile. Okay, then John is tiger. Okay, we are not using like here, we are not comparing here, we are just saying that John is tiger. Okay, that is metaphor. Okay, here the snow is a white blanket. Okay, here it is not used white like a blanket. Okay, it is used as white blanket. Is it clear, ma? That is metaphor. Here, metaphors. The word metaphor comes from the ancient Greek word metaphorian. Okay, which means to carry over or to transfer. Is it clear? A metaphor carries meaning from one concept to another by stating or implying that one is the same or like the other. Types of metaphors like simile, simple metaphor, submerged metaphor, extended metaphor. Is that clear, ma? Okay, then we have irony. Irony is a kind of figure of speech, use of words to express the opposite. Thus, expressing, we are using irony, the figure of speech, to express the opposite. Is expected and what actually happens. Okay, it is expected and what actually happens. There are three types of irony. There is verbal irony, situation irony, and the dramatic irony. Here, verbal irony. Verbal irony is the use of words to mean something different from what a person actually says. That is irony. Okay, that is verbally, oral. Okay, here verbal irony is the use of words to mean something different from what a person actually says. Example of verbal irony, such as, thanks for the ticket, officer, you just made my day. I can't wait to read the 700 pages report. The above examples show how irony is used to show someone's frustration or disappointment. Okay, that is opposite thing. That is, it is called verbal irony. Here, there are two types of verbal irony. There is overstatement and understatement. Yesterday I told you about understatement. Here, overstatement, when a person exaggerates the character of something are understatements when a person undermines the character of something. Is it clear? Then verbal irony and sarcasm. Most of the time, sarcasm and verbal irony, that is sarcastically we are saying something, it is also called as irony. Okay, verbal irony are used interchangeably. There is however, a clear distinction between the two. In most cases, sarcasm is used to insult or to cause harm. Okay, it is like insulting the other person. Okay, sarcasm, that is sarcastically. Is it clear? A statement like, great, someone stained my new dress. How can you say great? It is an irony. Okay, in an irony way, that is in a sarcastically way, we can say, great, someone stained my new dress. While you call this a work of art, is a sarcastic. While verbal irony implies a different meaning to what is actually said. Sarcasm is mainly used as a short and direct utterance designed to cause pain. Is it clear? Okay. Then we'll see the second type, dramatic irony. The dramatic irony, this type of irony is popular in works of art such as movies, books, poems and plays. Okay, dramatic irony, where it is used most of the time, it is popular in the work of art such as movies, books, poems and plays. It occurs when the audience is aware of something that the character in the story are not aware of. Is that clear? That is called dramatic irony. Then situation irony. It involves a discrepancy. Discrepancy, that is the default, pending, right? It involves a discrepancy between what is expected to happen and what actually happens. Okay, it is unexpected happened. Okay, we are expecting something and it is happening something. Is that clear? That is called situation irony. Situation irony occurs when the exact opposite of what is meant to happen or happens. Is that clear, ma? Okay, then the dramatic irony is a stylistic device that is most commonly used by storyteller in plays, in the theatre and in the movies. The irony is used as a plot device to create situations where the reader knows much more about the episodes and the resolutions before the chief character or characters. For example, the reader may be already aware that a character is relying on deceitful characters, is making suicidal decision or is going to be killed, but the particular character and some other characters may not know these facts, but the reader can. Okay, but the viewers can, but the audience can, right? The action and words of characters will therefore mean different things. It's called dramatic irony. Is that clear, ma? Okay. Then situational irony. Situational irony occurs when the final outcome is contradictory. Contradictory, that is opposite to what was expected. Usually, the episodes and the plot of a story will lead the audience to expect a particular resolution or ending. If such an expected outcome fails and instead another contrary outcome occurs, the absurdity is termed as situational irony. Such a form of irony is the result a discrepancy in perspective, such that what is known and expected at one moment differs with what is known later on. Some might only consider situational irony to be ironic, rarely if at all. Rather, in most cases, it seems more. Is that clear? Here there is a 3 There are three stages of dramatic irony are there. There is installation, exploitation, and resolution. Installation, that is the introduction part. We can say audience is informed of something, the character does not know about it. Okay, then exploitation, using this information to develop curiosity among the audience. Then resolution, what happens when the character finally finds out what is going on. Is it clear, ma? Okay, then we'll see the textbook. Okay. Yeah, we'll see the text. This is the text is given for you, ma. Okay. Figure of speech. Here, a figure of speech is a word or phrase that has a meaning other than the literal meaning. Okay. More plainly said, to say one thing but to mean something else is called as figures of speech. When language is used to say something in and around about or indirect way, it becomes a literary device called figure of speech. Okay, indirectly we are saying something, we mean something but we say something, that is called figure of speech. It can be used to explain a concept, or it can be used to give further emphasis or effect. Is it Kalma? Is it clear? Okay. We are using the figure of speech to express, okay, to express our thoughts, to express our opinions. Is it clear? To make it effective, we are using figure of speech. They are helpful in expressing a complex idea in just a few words. Words and phrases in a language may have both a literal meaning and a figurative meaning. This property of language is exploited by writers and users to create colorful expressions that conveys much in very little space. Okay, literal language simply means what it says, as opposed to figurative language that means something else and usually more than what it says on the surface. Can you get my points, girls? What it is? Yesterday also I told you about very detailed explanation about the figure of speech. Hope you have understood. Okay. For example, he is brave. That is literal. He is like a lion. Lion is brave, courageous, right? Yes or no? He is like a lion. That is figurative, expressive, effective. To make an effect, we are using figure of speech. Is it clear? Here, like a lion is a figure of speech. In this case, a simile, like we are using. Figure of speech can be classified into two kinds. That is figures of speech that plays with the general implication of words, such as metaphor, simile, irony, and hyperbole. There is the general implication of words. And figures of speech that plays with the usual structure or pattern in which words are arranged, such as alliteration and consonants. Is that clear, ma? Can you get my points? Here, like a lion is a figure of speech. As you know, you people know, in the before previous slides itself, I told you about the similes, metaphors, irony, right? Yes or no? Okay. Here, figure of speech can be classified into two kinds. That is, figure of speech that play with the general implication of words, such as metaphor, simile, irony, and hyperbole. And figures of speech that play with the usual structure or pattern in which words are arranged, such as alliteration and consonants. Can you get my girls? Okay. Then simile. Simile is a figure of speech used to compare directly two different objects in their general nature, but common in one particular point. Okay, here you can see He is like a lion. A lion is brave and he is also a brave. So that there is a common thing. But he is human being, lion is an animal. That is two different, right? Can you get me now? Okay. In the general, okay, it is written by using the word like or as. Is it clear? It helps us to get a picture of what we see or what has happened. For example, he is as busy as a bee. Bee is very busy, right? Yes or no? Like he is compared to bee here. Okay, because of his busyness. Life is like a journey. It is going on. It is not ending. Okay. One day we will end. Yes? Okay. Then we'll see metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech used to compare indirectly. Here in simile we are comparing directly, and here metaphor we are comparing indirectly two things which are not literally alike. Not literally alike. It is an implied simile. It assumes that two things are one. It assumes two things are one. It does not, like the simile, state that one thing is like the other. Here we can see he is B. How can we are comparing indirectly? We are not using here busy as. Okay, because he is busy, he is a bee means we have to understand the metaphor that he is busy like a bee. Okay, life is a journey. Okay, here also we have to understand the metaphor. Life is compared to journey indirectly. Is it clear, ma? Okay, here exercise 1 is given. Identify the similes or metaphors in the following poems. Here 2 poems is given. What you have to do is you have to identify the similes or metaphors in the following poem. A red rose by Robert Burns. Oh, my love is like a red rose that's newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Here, this is your homework, girls. You just mark it and send it to me. Okay, and that is you have to identify similes and metaphors, and you write down in your notebook, that is in your foundation notebook. You just click a picture of it and send it to me. I will check and I'll let you know. Okay, then spelling by Margaret Atwood. A child is not a poem is not a child. There is no either or. However, okay, this in this two you have to identify. Is that clear, ma? Okay, let's say the irony. That is the third figure of speech. Irony is when one thing is said which means the exact opposite in front itself. We are saying something, the exact opposite thing we are telling is called as irony. With irony, the words used suggest the opposite of their literal meaning. Irony is often used for critical or humorous effect. In conversation, people often use verbal irony to express humor, affection, or emotion by saying the opposite of what they mean to somebody who is expected to recognize the irony. Is that clear, ma? Can you get me? Okay, then the most common purpose of irony is to create humor and or point out the absurdity of life. The effect of irony, however, can depend upon the tone of voice and the context. It is humorous, a lightly sarcastic mode of speech Words are used here to convey a meaning contrary to their literal meaning. Irony can be used to create amusement, unlike sarcasm. I told you in the previous slide. Okay, when used to taunt or ridicule, that is to insult someone, irony is called sarcasm. Irony generally makes us laugh even when the circumstances are tragic. For example, in O. Henry's famous short story, The Gift of Magi, a husband sells his prized watch to buy combs as a gift for his wife. Meanwhile, the wife sells her beautiful hair to buy a watch chain for her husband. The action of the characters contradict each other's expectations, and their efforts to give each other gifts make the gifts useless. Because he is buying comb and she is not having hair now, and she is buying watch chain but he is not having that now. Okay, nowadays when we go sightseeing anywhere in the world today, we will see crowds of people busy talking, cell phone, pictures of themselves in front of the sight. They don't actually look at what they came to see with their own eyes. How nice, he said when Palm told him that he had to work all weekend. A cop gets suspended for jumping signal. The Titanic was said to be unsinkable but sank as its first voyage. The three types of irony are, that is, one is verbal, the second one is situational, the third one is dramatic. I have given you the detailed explanation, right? What is verbal irony, situational, and as well as a dramatic. Here, verbal irony, that is when someone says the opposite of what they really mean or intent. Sarcasm is a characteristic of verbal irony. Okay, then situational irony, when there appears between expectations of something to happen but what actually happens instead, like O. Henry's The Gift of Magi. Is it clear? Then dramatic irony, when the audience or reader of a text knows something that the character do not know. Because we are reading that and we know the characters, and that particular character will not know what is going to happen. That is called dramatic irony. For example, Mark Antony's speech in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Although Antony declares, "I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him," and declares that the assassins are honorable men, he means just the opposite. Okay, in the next semester, I think you are having this Antony's speech, Mark Antony's speech. Here, he is addressing as assassins are honorable men, because he is saying just opposite. Here he is using irony. A thief robs a policeman. A fire station is destroyed by an accidental fire. He posted about the harmful effects of social media on Facebook. Okay, then here words are as clear as mud. That is, here also that is using irony. Okay, looking at her son's untidy room, his mother says, "Well, you could win an award for cleanliness." That is the exact opposite thing she is telling, right? In Romeo Juliet, Romeo thinks Juliet is dead, but the audience knows she is not dead. Yes or no? That is the dramatic irony, we can say, right? Yes or no? Okay, that is the character don't know but the audience knows. A man and woman are engaged to be married shortly. However, the audience alone knows that the bridegroom is planning to love with another woman. It is also a dramatic irony. Okay, then here in the exercise 2, identify the type of irony that is verbal irony, dramatic irony, or situation irony. Here you have to differentiate which irony is in the following sentence. Okay, so girls, please read those sentences carefully and mark which one is verbal or dramatic or situation and send it to me, girls, please. Okay, then only I can understand that something you have understood. Okay, is that clear, ma? Okay, first you do this. Okay, by this that is the end of the figure of speech. Tomorrow we'll see the new thing. Okay girls, take care. Thank you. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.